an appearance. It's a Chamber Chat Friday morning. The Executive Director of the Shelby County Chamber of Commerce is Courtney Chappella. Good morning, Courtney.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Doing very well. You?
I'm glad that 85 is not staying because our golf outing is next weekend. Anything over 80 is miserable.
No. Won't happen.
Yeah.
70
I'm
something.
keeping my fingers crossed it doesn't rain.
70 something and sunshine now.
I know. Earlier this week it said it was
6
gonna
days
rain.
away, but
we play in the rain. Unless it's lightning, we will play. So I don't play. I ride around the golf cart all day. And I'm a passenger princess because my husband volunteers, so he drives me around.
You're a what?
Passenger princess. Have you never heard that phrase?
No. Is this his title, or is this something I'm missing out on?
If you go on TikTok, there's all kinds of
Oh, that's why I don't know. Okay.
About being a passenger princess.
I don't even know what to do with that. Guests in studio, please introductions for us.
Yeah, this morning I have First Bank on air. Good morning.
Good morning.
So let's start with an introduction. If you can both tell us who you are, your role with First Bank, and how long you've been there.
I am Kelly Johnson, and I have been at the Shelbyville office for 27 years, if you can believe it.
You don't look a day over 27.
Thank
Kelly.
you, Courtney.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I love this.
Good morning. My name is Melissa Matney, and I've been with the bank for 10 years, but I've been in banking. This is the start of my 23rd year.
Wow. So, Kelly, let's jump back to you for a second. So, you have kind of progressed through the ranks at First Bank here in Shelbyville. Do you want to kind of talk about your history at the bank?
Sure. I started as a teller, and we were in the Kroger branch, so a little behind the story of that. How First Bank Richmond, Shelbyville got to be here was, excuse me, they were building a Kroger in Richmond, and First Bank was going in there, and we were also building the new Kroger.
Right.
And Kroger headquarters said, hey, we would like for you to go in Shelbyville branch too. So that's how First Bank ended up in Shelbyville. I ended up there. I started out as a teller, and good thing about working for First Bank is the cross training, and they just encourage me to learn and grow. So now I am the branch manager.
And along with that, you are also part of the chamber.
Yes, thank you.
You are board president this year.
Yes, I am. That has been that's been really great growth for me as well, to give back to my community, to be involved. The chamber is a great place. That's kind of where I started volunteering.
You used to volunteer for Girls Night Out many, many years ago.
We were just talking about this the other day. It was such a fun event, and so yeah, it's been really fun. I enjoy it. So thank you.
We've gotten to know each other well.
Very.
So First Bank has a long history. So can you kind of explain the bank's background and how it's grown over the years?
I'm going to let Melissa answer this one.
Okay. We do have a very long history, and of course we are based in, our corporate headquarters is in Richmond, Indiana, but we've been a financial institution since 1887, and that's a very long time. But one of the things that I think makes us different is the fact that we are a community bank, and so being in Shelbyville and all of the communities that we serve, it's very important to us to be a part of the community, much like what Kelly was talking about with her involvement with the Chamber of Commerce. But we have expanded over the years. Obviously, coming into the Shelbyville market was part of that expansion. In recent years, we've also acquired branches in the Ohio market, so Sydney, Troy, Piqua, Ohio. And then in the fall of last year, we opened a branch in Columbus, Ohio. We'd had a presence in Columbus for some time through our loan production office, but recently made the decision to go ahead and open a branch. So over the years, expanding it's not a new thing for First Bank. It's something that we have always looked to do, but I think the common theme here is community. That's the one thing that we focus on is serving the community and being involved.
We'll talk a little bit about that community connection here in a minute, but there's been a lot of positive momentum, as you've mentioned, and recently you've announced an upcoming partnership with Farmers Bank. Can you share a little bit about what that means for the organization?
Sure. For the organization, so for both organizations, we are merging with the Farmers Bank, and they are a community bank as well. And for our customers, what that means is better technology, more branches to visit, still that hands-on experience. They are very relationship-based, just like we are. So that is our goal as the community bank, is to build relationships with our customers so they can have a great customer experience, give back to our community, and just be involved.
Absolutely. So what made Farmers Bank such a strong fit for First Bank?
I think the fact that both of our cultures are very similar. We're both very community focused. Of course, Farmers is based in Frankfort, Indiana, which is a similar type of community to Richmond, Indiana, and Shelbyville. Right. So allowing us to expand our footprint, I always kind of describe to people that, historically we've tried to do business along the I-75 or I-70 corridor. So this just allows us to expand that by having that presence in Frankfort. They also have some branches in the Indianapolis metro area, so that will allow us to expand our footprint from Indianapolis to Columbus.
That'll also make it convenient for your customers that maybe are here and want to be work in Indianapolis and it hadn't had that before.
Absolutely, and we have run across that. When people get to know us, they really like our bank, or they like working with us, and they're like, you just don't have, this is just your only branch. Right. So now we are going to be able to overcome that. So I'm excited about that. That's really exciting.
Does the growth and the merger, does that impact in any way identifying marks of what will be the new merged banks down the road?
Yes. So we do have a new name. So it is First Bank Midwest. So that kind of covers all of us, like Melissa said, from the Frankfort, the Shelbyville, Ohio, Columbus. So that is our new name. We're excited about it. I think we got some new colors too, don't we?
Yeah.
Colors are always fun.
New colors.
Yes, we're going to change it up a little bit. Of course, blue is a common color for financial institutions. So we're going to kind of change it up and brighten it up. So we're going to be orange. So look for that coming sometime in July. Our signage, not all of them will change at the same time, but our legal day one is July 1st, so you'll start to see the name pop up here and there, and then you'll also see our signage eventually change over time.
I was teasing Kelly yesterday because First Bank is a partner with the Chamber, and I said, and we also have to change all of our stuff because your logo's on everything.
Yes.
So for customers listening today, what can they expect as you move forward as one organization?
Customers are not going to see much change at the beginning besides, like Melissa was saying, the correspondence and things like that. They are still going to receive the customer service. They are going to receive the relationship building, what they're used to. In the future, we hope to, like I said before, maybe have better technology, digital products. We just don't know yet, but they can expect to, if they call the Shelbyville office, they're going to, deal with me. They're going to, deal with the same people they always do. We have a team, in the Shelbyville office, and we'll continue to work as the team.
Do you want to give a shout out to your team here? Do you want to mention who they are?
Yes. So my team is awesome. So if, I don't know if you don't bank at First Bank, I suggest that you just come in and check it out. We're set up kind of different. We don't have a traditional teller line. We work out of these pods. Mm-hmm. So our team can actually, just kind of flow around, and we're not set behind a teller line. So just come in and check us out. But, if you come in, you might know Charity Moore. She is our loan officer there. She is really busy right now, so you might want to give her a call first.
I've
Bailey,
seen her car sitting there after hours a couple of times.
yeah, she has been really busy lately. Bailey is a universal banker. We have Lindsay and Kylie, so they do a great job.
They do. They're always smiling when I walk in. So are there any new opportunities? I think you kind of touched on this, but new opportunities, services, or resources that customers may benefit from during this merger?
I think in the future, again, maybe better technology or more, technology, digital. We just don't know yet either, right. I think. But, I think it's still be in that community bank, so we'll still have, local decision, in-house decisions. You don't have to fit in any sort of box. We want to work, we want to build relationships, and we know that, what's good for this person is not good for this person, and we really take that into account. And just, expanding that footprint. Right. So people are going to have more options, when they bank with First Bank Midwest.
That's going to be hard for you.
It is going to be hard. I'm not going to remember that right off the beginning. Yeah. It's going to take some getting used to.
We've touched on this a couple times, but you've talked about being a community bank. So what does that really mean, and how is that different from the larger national banks?
Probably the biggest thing is just our community involvement and also our contributions back to the community. You will see us at many or most community events. Thankfully, we have a lot of employees that is very important to them too. So most of our employees serve on some type of nonprofit board. We're also frequently one of the largest sponsors at different events. We're making contributions back into the organizations financially. And I think you'll find that that's true with the Farmers Bank as well. Obviously, the distance between the two, we don't have all of that knowledge, but know that that's part of their culture as well, that it's a very important portion of doing business. So you'll see that continue. That is just part of how we do business, and that won't change.
Kelly, can you talk a little bit here locally about some of the things that the First Bank Shelbyville is involved in or has been involved in?
Sure. Where to start?
Well, we already said the chamber.
Yes. So that there's so many great organizations in here in Shelbyville, Shelby County, and it's the Cancer Association, Main Street, the Girls and Boys Club, the Girls Inc. I mean, I could go on and on. I want to give to everybody, and I want to sit on all their boards, and I want to go to all their functions. And
Kelly and I see each other often at these functions outside of work too.
Yes. But it's easy to say yes all the time because they're great organizations, and First Bank is very giving, and even with my time, so I take full advantage of that. So I'm happy to be out in the community. I love it. It's one of my most favorite things to do. I love going to businesses. I love hearing all the stories. So I will be involved in anything that I can.
She will be at our golf outing this Thursday. So if you want to network with Kelly, we have 2 team spots left. So there's a little in for the chamber golf outing as well.
And I want it to be 85 all the time. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Last year it was like 55, and our sponsors were freezing.
Yeah.
Like I think you had a winter hat on.
Yes.
And gloves.
I think I was covering up with the tablecloth.
There you go.
Okay, the key question now though is, does Kelly play, or is she a passenger princess that I've heard so much about all of a sudden?
She serves some of the alcohol, so you want to see Kelly.
Kelly's the best friend.
Yes,
at the event.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes. Definitely come see Kelly.
So can we talk a little bit now about some of the services you offer? You mentioned not having to fit in a box. So can you just give us a general overview of some of the services that you all offer?
Sure. First Bank is a full service bank. So we offer checking accounts, savings accounts, money markets. So, the traditional, consumer products. We have digital products, our online banking. Every banking is changing so much. So sometimes I'll see somebody that opens an account and I won't see them again until they have a problem. You can do everything online. So we offer all of those products. We have commercial lending. I talked about Charity Moore. She is in our office. She does loans, home loans, mortgage loans, car loans, things like that. So full service.
Right. And I didn't prepare you for this question, so
that's rude, Courtney.
This may throw you off.
Great.
But have you seen a change, like with our phones, with like Apple Pay and those sort of things? How has that changed the banking industry?
Significantly.
Yeah.
I started in banking in 2004, and of course it was post 9/11, so that was probably the biggest transition for banking, with everything becoming electronic. But as time goes on, we want to see our customers, but at the same time, we provide them with all of these wonderful pieces of technology to be able to do things easily from their home. So that is one thing that we see constantly changing. And I always say that, if you don't like change, then banking may not be for you, because it's always changing. But it's very exciting too, because we're always getting upgrades to our technology, which makes it easy for our customers to do business, so they can feel like they can travel and still, be involved in the day-to-day operations. But that is one of the things that we do see, and it's very important to us as an organization to try to stay on top of that and make sure that we offer the latest and greatest to our customers. So that is a thing that will continue to be a priority for us.
I'm still hesitant to do the mobile deposit. I don't know why, but I am like, I don't think I can do this.
Me too. I know the feeling.
It's very easy. I'll walk you through it.
I know how to do it. It's just like, okay, where's this going? That's just me, though. So we also talked about, the shared break, you guys being in Richmond, you guys being here, and Richmond has been open quite a lot longer than Shelbyville. But you have experience that sometimes you can lend that helping hand here in Shelbyville if they don't necessarily have that experience. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So I always kind of refer to it as a team of people that you have the opportunity to tap into. And we do work very closely with our branches. So my role and kind of how I fit into all of this is I do commercial lending. And even though I sit in Richmond every day, a lot of my customers are in the Indianapolis market and also in Shelbyville.
Right.
But we have a very deep bench of people that work with Kelly and support her, even though they're not sitting in the Shelbyville office on a daily basis. We have commercial lenders, we have treasury management people. We frequently are in the community and calling with her. And it's very simple. If Kelly's out of the office, there's always somebody else that you can call. And that's what makes doing business with us so simple, is that it isn't just Kelly. She can be your point of contact, but you have these other resources to be able to call to get help.
Absolutely. So July 1st is official. Yes?
Yes.
So be looking for the new logo and things like that going forward. Is there anything else you guys would like to share before we hop off?
Just thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
I do want to extend that invitation again for if you haven't seen our office, to come see it. We get compliments on the landscaping all the time, so it's a beautiful building and it is different. So just come in and see us.
Just watch out for the geese, right?
True.
They like to climb on Kelly's car.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you both for being on here this morning. But before we hop off, I didn't get your address or your phone number. So if you can share that, if somebody would like to get a hold of you.
Yes, absolutely. You can visit us at 1835 Marketplace Boulevard. You can give us a call at 317-398-1000. Or you can just stop in. You can go online at firstbankrichmond.com. Or you can call my cell phone if you have the number. I'm not going to give it out, though.
Well, thank you both for being on air this morning.
Thank you so much, Courtney.